It's a matchup to get excited about. It's a day you don't want to miss. It's the New Mexico Bowl, the first game of the college football season. 23rd ranked Utah State brings their 10-2 record to Albuquerque to take on the high-flying North Texas Mean Green, who are 9-3. Two of the nation's best offenses, two terrific teams in one of the country's most exciting games. Make sure you are there Saturday, December 15th, high noon at Dream Style Stadium. Get tickets at the box office at the Pit by calling 925-5999 or visiting NewMexicoBowl.com. This one will be fantastic. The New Mexico Bowl, where bowl season begins.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Special guest today is Jeff Siembieda, Executive Director of the New Mexico Bowl, and this year I didn't mess up in the New Mexico Bowl.
It's you know what, it changes every 7 years, so yeah, it's just New Mexico Bowl now, presented by Progressive Insurance.
And I just want to let you know that I got my
you look
sports
good.
coat. I do listen to 610.
You don't always wear a sports coat?
I wore a sports coat.
It's vintage too. You look good.
And I got one other comment. Just a little one off the record. There's Chuck Lewis says you got to give him 4 strokes.
4 strokes for what? He kicks. I've never seen the man miss a putt.
You know what? I just let
have you ever seen him miss a putt? Only when he's on your team, right?
You know what? I'm not in that elite group anymore, so I've been kind of banded out. I just, when you become the executive director of the New Mexico Bowl, you kind of.
I'll take 4 strokes aside from him, and we'll be good. Yeah, I'll take 4 strokes aside.
All right.
He can give me 4 strokes.
Okay, now
aside.
we can get to business.
Please, let's play some golf. The hell of business.
Hey, 13 years we've been doing this.
Kind of crazy, huh?
And I got excited, just thinking about it. It snuck up on me on this year because basketball started later.
Well, and it's early too because it's the 15th. It's the earliest it can go, being the the third Saturday of December. This is the earliest.
Early start, 12 o'clock start. I mean, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, and 2 really, really good teams. Like as far as a matchup football-wise, you got a 23rd ranked team in the country, 2 of the top offenses, 2 top 40 defenses, spectacular stars on both sides. 2 teams just in the midst of terrific seasons. So football-wise, a 10-2 nationally ranked team and a 9-3 team. Both of them finished second in their division in their leagues. Both with explosive playmakers. And the forecast is supposed to be like 50-something, 52.
Well, you can ask for better weather,
So until we get it, what is this stuff? Marble, Formica, whatever this stuff is, knock on it, because
don't hurt it. Okay.
Oh, I know.
Fragile.
Okay, don't move it. Yeah, keep knocking on it, because we could be in for a really fun day, Steve. Really fun day.
Well, I think it's a fun week. I think I said this before you came in, and said people are really excited about these 2 teams.
It's kind of cool to hear that. You never know, and when you put a matchup together, right? And we've been doing this for a lot of years. There's a lot of factors that go into the mix, right? And this year, we've got teams from bordering states, so we hope they travel well. But as far as a football matchup, and I'm not going to tell you this is our best game ever because I have no idea. We've had some really, really good games. But when you look at, I do know that when you look at wins and losses, this is the most combined wins we've ever had in the game with 19, right? They're 19-5 is their combined record. You know that of the non-New Year's Six bowls, so that's the Rose Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, right? The Orange Bowl, the non-New Year's Six. There's 33 bowls. Our game has the highest winning percentage of the 2 teams combined than any other bowl in America. There's only one other game that has 19 wins. They're 19-6. We're 19-5. So our winning percentage with these 2 teams, the highest of any non-New Year's Six game. When you start looking at the stats, and Mason Fine from North Texas, who's the 6th leading passer in America, and Utah State's up in top 15 in offense, and North Texas is this, and you go, oh my goodness. And I got to see North Texas in person. Went to Denton about 3 weeks ago when they played FAU. It was a rematch of the Conference USA title game from a year prior. Their facilities are great. They've committed to football. Their fans are excited. It's an emerging, if not. And I don't want to say they're on the precipice because I think it's already started. They're coming. Their facilities are great. They've got a terrific young coach. And then Utah State, you saw what they did to Lobos. They were within an eyelash of getting Boise State and playing for the championship. They lost at Michigan State to open the year by a touchdown, and they had a real shot to win. So Yeah, I mean, so that's me going on a little run because I'm pretty excited about the matchup.
Well, let's just go back. We got some highlights of last year's game.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to that.
Which was another good one.
Since we're talking about great games,
Yeah.
I mean, this one here was, you got Marshall and Colorado State.
Yeah,
I mean, and you get to be Adam Deal right now. You get to step up. I don't see if we can.
No, I don't know that I've got that in me right now. Believe me, I'm no Adam Deal. I like the way our field looks, I'll tell you that. There were explosive plays there, and remember Michael Gallup, who's now, there he is right there. Michael Gallup playing for the Dallas Cowboys, playing in the New Mexico Bowl last year. And this game, another one-possession game, Steve, and went right down to the wire. And I think we all thought when Colorado State got the ball back late in the game that they were going to at least kick a field goal, and we were headed for another overtime. Nick Stevens for Colorado State took it in by himself. Marshall was terrific, and they were look at just chunk plays, burst plays, guys running away on a beautiful sunny Albuquerque, New Mexico day. How cool! It just looks good, doesn't it? Just our field just pops, doesn't it? With our sunshine here and the way the field, it just pops, huh?
Explosive plays.
Yeah, all day long. I think, so here's a stat for you if you like explosive plays. Utah State leads the nation in touchdown or scoring drives under 1 minute, meaning big plays, 24 of them. They've scored 24 times in drives under a minute. But we've had some tremendous games. But the Marshall thing was what bowls are all about. It's young men who get to come to a place that they've never been before, maybe will never be again, enjoying an experience.
How's that moment right there?
It's awesome. See, those are some of my favorite times. And Doc Holliday was so cool. He's their coach. So appreciative of the experience. Their young men were so appreciative to being here. They get a piece of Native American art to take home. And, those scenes right there, tell me there's too many bowl games. Go ahead, tell me, because there's not. When you have young men and grown men showing that emotion, you don't fake that emotion. They just won the New Mexico Bowl. And you're going to tell me it doesn't mean anything to them? It means a whole lot to those young men.
Well,
It's
you know
really
what?
cool.
I think I'll go one step further. It means a lot. It means a lot to the community.
No, it's inarguable.
I mean, it's amazing. And I don't just not say you, but how you embraced the whole community, your staff. I mean, unbelievable staff that's been carried. For what you've done is everybody's looking forward. I mean, I remember in a good way I'd say this. We used to. It was like, hey, Steve, help me out. Let's get people in here. Now it's like, hey, Steve, I can get people.
I don't know if I have another ticket for you.
So.
It's fun, and I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Our staff is incredible, and I firmly believe they're the best in the bowl business. We're small. We've got a group of people who come back and gather.
But they take your. I mean, you're like the coach. I'm just saying.
Somebody's got to have the title, I imagine. And so while I'm sitting here talking to you, they're all out working right now, right? I mean, it's really how it is. I mean, they're out working right now. They're at the hotels, getting their hotels ready and filling, these extra gift orders for Utah State. And I'm sitting here talking to you wearing a sports coat, and they're working. So they're the ones who do it. Not that I'm not glad to be here, but we've got a group of people. There's 3 of us that do it year round, and then we've got a group that just kind of fall into their lanes seasonally. And Esther takes care of the Fan Fest, and Lydia comes in and she takes care of the luncheon and the VIP tent and the hospital visit and the school visit. And Amber comes in and handles the vans, the bands and the volunteers. And Monica's been in seasonally, everything in our office. And Rayanne and me and Carrie do this year round. Rayanne's is as good as there is in the country in media relations. Carrie's the best ops guy I've ever seen. And then Josh comes in from Pennsylvania every year to work the event. Wes comes in from Texas. And we got this group of people who Kara comes in and we've got this group that just loves what we do, and I'm blessed to go to work with these people every day. That's what it is. And then to embrace this community, Steve, I live here. It's my home. I've been here 22 and a half years. My daughter's being raised here. I told you this 13 years ago. I want to have something here. I want us to create something of which this community will be proud. And I think we're there. Now, we're not done, don't get me wrong. I think we're there to point, we have something that we should be proud of. But now we got to continue to build it and grow it and make it better each and every year. And that's the goal and that's the challenge. But the fact that people have given it a chance and enjoyed coming out and enjoyed their experience. It's humbling, and it's what we do every year, and that's why this week is so crazy.
Hey, we're going to go to the Dream Style Top 10 Plays of the Week and come back and talk more about the New Mexico Bowl.
Nice dish to Clark underneath. Get that out, said Garcia. Baker back out to Barrett for three. Got it!
Over to Gutierrez. Gutierrez.
Euro step is rejected emphatically by Nielsen.
Here comes Baldonado. They got a 3-on-1, and Brown says, "Get it out!" Cumber intercepts. VNA on the fast break now. He's got 2-on-1 on the bounce to get it back to Cumber underneath. Oh, what a pretty move.
Pick and roll at the top of the key. Amir's got a step, and Amir's going to go all the way and count it.
There's a drive underneath. Okoro! Thank you very much.
Then it was stripped away out in front. It's Blankenship, and he's got a wide open lane. No, he's going to put it down on the left hand.
Away.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
It's a matchup to get excited about. It's a day you don't want to miss. It's the New Mexico Bowl, the first game of the college football season. 23rd-ranked Utah State brings their 10-2 record to Albuquerque to take on the high-flying North Texas, who are 9-3. Two of the nation's best offenses, two terrific teams in one of the country's most exciting games. Make sure you are there Saturday, December 15th, high noon at Dream Style Stadium. Get tickets at the box office at the Pit by calling 925-5999 or visiting NewMexicoBowl.com. This one will be fantastic. The New Mexico Bowl, where bowl season begins.
Hey, welcome back to the Steve Davis Show. We got Jeff Siembieda, Executive Director, New Mexico Bank. New Mexico, I was going to say New Mexico Bank and Trust. You know,
it's a totally different spot.
That's exactly where I bank.
It's right down the street.
Down the street. So, but I always mess up somehow with the New Mexico Bowl.
If that's your biggest mess up, you're in a good place, man. You're in a good spot.
I tell you, let's talk more about the teams, okay? I really, because you hit a pretty high thing, but Utah State, actually, I've become a fan of Utah State when they came back.
Into the Mountain West?
Well, when they were in the bowl.
Oh, a few years ago.
A few deal. And then I just, watched them, and I've listened to you to 610 and on the thing. You've had the coach on, and you've talked to them, and they had a bad year, and I've been kind of following them through you. So I'm kind of like, and then when I saw them, I was going, man, this would be great if Utah State would come back. So I was like, and I didn't know, I didn't talk to you, had any idea who was inclination, but when I saw it, I was like, this is awesome. It
is good. You're going to like what they do. So when you think of Utah State in the past, and the last time we had them here, it was a 20-12 game. They beat UTEP.
Hey, we got some highlights of that. Can we?
Of the 2012 game?
Yeah, we'll do it in the next segment.
Okay. Yeah, they beat that UTEP team that had Aaron Jones, who's now playing for the Packers, if you remember. What was it? I think it was 20-12, or maybe it was 21-6. That's what it was, 21-6. With a pretty good crowd. It was a good UTEP day. Matt Wells was their coach. And Matt Wells, as you know, just took the head coaching job at Texas Tech. So he will not be coaching them in this game. They just named Gary Anderson, their former coach, is coming back to take over their program. But Frank Maile will be their head coach on an interim basis in this year's game. So they got playmakers all over the field. Their quarterback, Jordan Love, is legit. Like, you are going to, if you haven't seen him, maybe you watched him against the Lobos. With the 61-19, they beat the Lobos or something like that, and it probably wasn't even that close earlier this year. You're gonna, if you haven't watched Jordan Love and them, this is a different Utah State team now. This isn't that Utah State team in the past where it was just based on defense and score enough points to win and try to win games in the 20s. They're scoring 40s, 50s, 60. They put 60 plus on both the Aggies and the Lobos this year, in fact. You're going to be really impressed. And then they're a top 40 defense on top of that.
Well, you know, I just want to let you know I do listen to your show. Okay?
First team All-America on defense too, by the way.
So, and you made a statement, and it was that you said that, you know, Boise State, Utah State can play on a given day.
Yeah.
Could play with anybody in the nation. That's how. That's how explosive this team is. And I know you meant that when you said that, because you watch a lot of games and you talk to a lot of coaches. You talk to a lot of athletic directors, and it's
I think maybe the Alabamas, Clemson's might be different, but I mean, you watch them play, and Boise State had a rough outing against Oklahoma State this year. I think they got better as the year went on. Utah State played, at Michigan State to begin the year, had a shot at them. I believe that outside of the Alabamas, maybe out of the 4 or 5 top teams,
right?
Oklahoma. But you put them up against the majority of teams this year. Utah State.
It's a team you wouldn't want to play. No. You wouldn't want on your schedule.
No, that's right, and that's we're starting to see a few more of those emerge at the Group of 5 level, which is really exciting. And I'll tell you, North Texas is pretty good too now. Don't discount North Texas; they're pretty good too.
No, I just. I think you said it. I mean, there's 5 losses between the two teams, and then as far as records, is best bowl that.
As far as record was,
matchups, time will tell to see how the game pans out. But I tell you, and I'm saying this sincerely, there's a lot of interest in this game.
I'm glad to hear that. That makes me feel good.
And it's not coming from your inner circles.
No, that's
people,
good. It's actually really good.
I'll just say one. Wally Melody at Geckos.
No, that's good. Yeah, and there's the North Texas. We got the coaches flipped. Seth Luttrell is the coach at North Texas, and Frank Maile will be the interim at Utah State. But as you look at Seth Luttrell, was getting a lot of interest too. You're another really interesting guy, Leach guy, right off of the Leach tree, and met Seth when he first got the job, and. Watch what he's done. An offensive, real good offensive mind. Like, that's his background at North Carolina. But watching that team and the discipline of that team and the growth of that program, I'm excited for football. In fact, I know I'm moving into the hotel. I set my DVR yesterday because I always forget to set the DVR. I'll go back on Sunday or Monday and I just watch the game because I don't watch the game per se, and I'm excited to watch the football.
Well, what people don't know about you before the game, okay, is that you're everywhere, okay? You're on top of the roof. You're in the end zone. You're in the Z area. You're in the tent. I got my little golf cart. It's pretty amazing, and all the places that you do be at.
Well, I think people don't realize, and it's like anything else. People don't realize what goes into putting on a TV show, right? People have no idea how many people are back there, how long it takes to make those graphics, the research, right? They just see the product. And I was at the radio station on Thursday or Friday, and we were talking about it. I said, I was there till whatever time I was the night before, doing edits on the game day program. The program had to go to print. When you think we got 12 days to announce from when we announce our teams to kickoff, think of how tight that is, and you got program that thick, and there were a bunch of edits, wrong logos.
It's kind of like football in an MMA.
Yeah.
We have 1 week to find out who's in the championship.
And then go. And then go. But all the details, man, you talk about, just do we have the right vest for the chain gang? And Utah State needs more gifts, so do we have enough? How are we going to get them? and they need this, and it just passes and television stuff and painting the field and getting the right colors on the field and the right passes and their locker rooms and the attendants and the golf carts and the tents and I mean, just, you know, but that's what I do. I'm not, please don't think I'm complaining. I'm not.
No, you enjoy it.
The amount of detail, yeah, it's amazing, and that's why, you know, I'm so proud of our team when they just come in and everybody just hits their lane and goes. And I know she's taking care of that, and I know she's taking care of that, and he's got this taken care of, and I can go do whatever it is I'm supposed to do, which I don't know what it is. It's pretty. When you sit back at the end of it and you just go, man, and there's always a fire, right? There's always something going wrong, or, oh, did we send a car out to pick up Tim Brown? Oh my goodness, okay, you know, we did, by the way. Tim Brown's going to be our guest speaker at the luncheon on Friday.
Well, Jeff, we're going to come back and talk
Yeah.
about Tim Brown. We're going to go to a little break and come back and talk more about the New Mexico Bowl. Tim Brown is
that all right for you?
It'd be awesome.
Okay, all right.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
It's a matchup to get excited about. It's a day you don't want to miss. It's the New Mexico Bowl, the first game of the college football season. 23rd ranked Utah State brings their 10-2 record to Albuquerque to take on the high-flying North Texas Mean Green, who are 9-3. Two of the nation's best offenses, two terrific teams in one of the country's most exciting games. Make sure you are there Saturday, December 15th, high noon at Dream Style Stadium. Get tickets at the box office at the Pit by calling 925-5999 or visiting NewMexicoBowl.com. This one will be fantastic. The New Mexico Bowl, where bowl season begins.
Hey, welcome back to the Steve Davis Show. We got Jeff Siembieda, New Mexico Bowl Executive Director, and I'll tell you what, luncheon. Well, you know, let's just talk about, before we get to the luncheon, because let's talk about the events that you're doing this week. I mean, you talked about all the little things that you're being taken care of, but let's talk about the fun things that are happening this week that you get excited.
Yeah, it's you asked me about the luncheon, and that's when it become a big piece. Who's going to be the speaker? Who's going to be the speaker? You know, when people always say, "What do you do all year?" You know, and I always kind of nothing. You know,
you're on the golf course.
I work nothing. It's like my dad used to say when I was on TV. You know, he said, "What are you doing?" I say, "I'm busy." So how are you busy? You work at that point 5 minutes a day. I did 2.5 and 2.5 on the early and the late newscast. I'm like, yeah, okay. I said, how long did you plan your wedding? Oh my goodness, I mean, a year and a half. Was it a big wedding? Oh yeah, we had 200 people. Okay, well, we do a luncheon for 750 people, and it's a periphery event, and it's just as intricate as a wedding, right? And so those are what you do. But we're going to have the Tim Brown, the Heisman Trophy winner at Notre Dame, the Pro Football Hall of Famer, is going to be our guest speaker on Thursday. That's down at Isleta. 11:30 we do that. We'll have the teams, the bands. The North Texas is a huge band, so that's always a great event. That's, some people say that's their favorite event of the week. We do the pep rally, which is free down in Old Town Plaza, which will be at 4:00. It'll be the two bands, the mascots. Van Tate from Channel 13 MCs that. He does an incredible job with that. And then we're doing a different event on Friday afternoon out at Roadrunner Food Bank. And it's Wells Fargo Feeding America, and some cheerleaders and cheer squad are going to go over to Wells Fargo, and they're going to volunteer and sort food over there. And it's like a little competition that's being put together. And Wells Fargo jumped in and has been really, really good with that. And they've got a Feeding America program, and so that's something that's going to happen on Friday. Thursday, the teams get in on Wednesday, and we do an event for them over at Main Event, and they get to be kids and have fun and eat a lot, and then they do their gift suite where they get to go. Actually, North Texas did theirs back on campus, but they go shopping for their gifts. And then they'll practice on Thursday. We do a ladies' day out. We take 20 women from each team, and they go get pampered massages, manis, pedis, facials. Up at one of our local beautiful spas, the Greenreed Spa at Sandia. And then I do a VIP dinner on Thursday night while the players are doing a big Family Feud style event and Rudy's barbecue at the convention center. So there's events that are going on all week long, and people will be coming into the community and staying in hotels. Our host hotels are full, which is really, really good. I think over full for a slow week of the year, and our media hotels.
That's huge.
doing
I mean,
well.
it's time of year.
It's vital.
You can't put a price tag on what the economic.
Well, you can, and I'm sure somebody will.
You'll get that report.
Yeah. No, I mean, there is a price tag on it, and it's in the millions, and it's part of why we do this. You know, Steve, there's I should know the exact number. There's 33 or 34 communities in America that have bowl games, right? Like the Dallas Metroplex has 4 of them, right? They have the Cotton Bowl and the Heart of Dallas Bowl, which is First Responders Bowl, the Armed Forces Bowl, and the Frisco Bowl. New Orleans Bowl has the Sugar Bowl and the New Orleans Bowl. I mean, there's a lot of communities that have more than one. There's a reason. And there's a waiting list after the moratorium lifts on new bowls after the next bowl season, is because they're great for the communities in which they're held. They are tangible economic drivers in those communities, and this community happens to be one of them. And of all the things that we've done, that's one of the things I really believe I'm most proud of, is that we have been able to contribute tangible dollars. Now, some years it's great, and some years it's good, right? It's never bad. When you got extra money coming in, it's never bad. Some years you have huge travel, and some years you have less travel, but it's still always good. The point is, you're filling hotels, restaurants, retail outlets, bars, in the slowest tourism time of the year, and it's kind of what this whole thing was created for our state, for our community, for economic impact, and it's done that. It's been tangible. It's been successful, and I hope people realize that, look, it's a quality of life event. You don't have to love football. I think you should go to the game. I think you should go out and have fun. I think it's a great event. But it's like when Wicked comes to town, right? We get a Broadway play. Did you go see Wicked? Probably not.
I have.
Did you? All right.
Well, not here. I saw it in New York.
All right. Well, I saw it when it was here because I liked it. My daughter loved it, so we went. Not everybody goes, but it's a quality of life event. Kiss is coming to town. You and I might go, but JJ might not go, right? But you have that option. It's the same thing with a bowl game. There's 39 bowl games in America. We've got one, and there's no negatives to it. There's none. If you don't like the game, if you don't like the matchup, don't go. But there's so much that's positive about what's going on here, and that's why, I'm passionate about it. Yeah, it's my thing. I love this thing and I believe in it, but it is good. Like there's no negative to it, and I think the more and more people over the last 13 years have realized, hey, this is really cool. We are fortunate to have it. Wow, look what's going on. I want to jump on board. And it's been a slow evolution of it, and we're not completely home yet. But I knew that. You don't create tradition overnight, but in 13 years, I think you start to.
One thing your vision is like you're one of the first bowls, the first week. I
love being the first.
That was something that you saw that the first. You wanted to be the first.
Well,
and because there's so many bowl games. You deal with the first, and then you've been very fortunate. The games that have been played in those bowl games.
Yeah, when we started in 2006, they put us on that Saturday afternoon, and nobody really wanted to play then, because there was this, and I think it's a misconception that if you're the worst game, or if you're the first game, you're the worst game. Because then there were games after the Rose Bowl, right? And games, of our level, bowl games, well, they weren't better per se than the Rose Bowl. And so instead of fighting it, we grasped it, we embraced it. And you know what the beauty is? It's Saturday afternoon, Steve. It's college football under the sun on a Saturday afternoon when the nation's watching football. And so, I want to be first. And now we're fighting every year to hold on to that Saturday afternoon slot. And there's a lot of factors that go into where you are. But this community's now kind of embraced that third Saturday in December. We're going out and we're going to have a bowl game under beautiful New Mexico sunshine. And it's again, a perspective. Here's what you got. You don't get to choose everything. Here's your game, here's your slot. Let's embrace it. And I think we have.
Quickly, how do we get tickets?
Go to newmexicobowl.com or go to the UNM ticket office at the pit. If you're going out to the basketball game against Colorado, stop by and get some tickets. Our phone number is 925-5999. You can call the ticket office, 925-5626. All the info is on newmexicobowl.com.
Well, Jeff, thanks for coming in.
I
know you're
appreciate
busy, and it's always fun to see you.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it.